People wake up and immediately give their power away. Before their feet touch the floor, they check message, scroll headlines, absorb other people's priority, and unknowingly accept someone else's agenda for the day. Or someone else's agenda for the day. What is the one thing that, if done well today, would make everything else easier or less important? It questions force focus. It exposes distraction. And it brings purpose into the smallest action. The world's speed. It is with smallest action. But progress rewards direction. Oh, you are clear, you move with confidence, not asked. You do not rush into decision just to feel productive. You pause long enough to understand why something deserves your time. This is especially important in leadership, whether you are leading a team or simply leading your leading in. People who lack clarity spread confusion. People who have clarity create calm, even under pressure. Fire is not always loud. Sometimes it is subtle. Sometimes it is subtle. It looks like overthinking, constant switching, and mental fatigue. Clarity acts as an anchor in those moments. It reminds you that not every thought needs attention and not every problem needs immediate action. With clarity, you stop fighting the day and start guiding it. Winning the day does not mean controlling. It means controlling your mensa before the outcome begins. When clarity is set early, setbacks feel like information instead of failure. Feedback feels usville instead of personal. And challenge feel temporary instead of overwhelming. That is because you are operating from intention, not emotion. Not emotion. Over time, practicing clarity. Before frying your mind to stay focused, even when things go wrong. You become less reactive, less defensive, and more deliberate. You begin to trust your decision because they are rooted in purpose, not pressure. Purpose, not pressure. And when pressure shows up, as it always does, it no longer dictates your behavior. You dictate your response. When matter let the day, before it even starts. By deciding what matter, when it go to the world. Decide for you most people believe. The day ends much earlier. It ends much earlier. It ends much earlier. It ends with the last decision you make before you shut everything down. That decision determines the quality of your rest, the clarity of your thoughts, and the strength you carry unto the next morning. Evenings are not just a time to unwind. They are a bridge, a transition between who you is today and who you will be tomorrow. What makes evenings so powerful is that they are often unguarded. The pressure is gone, for deadlines are kidder, and because of that, discipline tends to disappear. Screens stay or longe. Conversation drift without purpose. Small be creep and unnoticed. None of these choices feel significant in the moment, but they keenly vote for the kind of future you are building. Every evening is a decision point, whether you treat it that way or not. When evenings are intentional, mornings become easier. You wake up with direction instead of resistance. But when evenings are careless, mornings feel heavy. You wake up tired, distracted, and already behind. Just not a motivation problem. That is a design problem. You cannot expect clarity in the morning if you create queue at night. Deciding your evening. Deciding your evening does not mean eliminating rest or anti-current. It means defining what rest actually is. Rest is not escape. It is recovery. Scrolling endlessly might numb the mind, but it does not restore it. True recovery prepare you for what matters next. That could mean reflection, reading. The action matters less than the intention behind it. Evenings are also when identity is reinforced. During the day, you act based on role and responsibility. At night, you act based on Abby, and Abby real. Senna based on Abby reveal who you truly believe you are. Say our fortan. For her tomorrow is a key act of self-respect. Say your future matter enough to protect. It say you're not leaving tomorrow to chance. The strongest people are not the ones who push endlessly. They are the ones who know when to stop with purpose. Ending the day well creates clutter in one. It allows the mind to release unfinished thoughts instead of carrying them into sleep. What creates deep rest? And deep rest is what fuels disciplined mornings. Over time, intentional evening. You start waking up feeling prepared. That sense of preparedness builds confidence, because confidence grows when you trust yourself to do what is necessary, even when no one is watching. Gend? Content kinusabigi is ladised. Hats ourself to do what is necessary, even when no one is watching. And the most important work is often done when no one is watching, in the key moments at the end of the day, when you decide whether tomorrow will be intentional or accidental. Most people wait. They look for a surge of energy, a sudden realization, or the perfect moment to begin. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes with mood, weather, and circumstance. That is why so many people start strong and fade quickly. Discipline, on the other end, does not depend on how you feel. It depends on how your life is designed. Discipline is often misunderstood as force or punition, but real discipline is thoughtful. It is not about pushing harder. It is not about pushing harder. It is about removing friction. When your environment, discipline, becomes almost automatic, is about automatic. It is discipline. You do not rely on willpower. You rely on structure. The most disciplined people are rarely the most intense. They are the most intense. They are the most intentional. Designing discipline means making good choices easier and bad choices harder. If you want to think clearly in the morning, you decide the night before where your fun sleeps. If you want to focus, you design your workspace to reduce distraction. If you want consistency, You create routine that require minimal decision making. You are minimal decision making? Every decision you remove saw energy for what actually matters. The reason discipline 5 for most people is not lack of strength. It is lack of clarity. When you do not know why something matters, you will always negotiate. Will always negotiate. Will always negotiate. Will always justify. You will justify. Why? But when the system is clear, the choice is already made. You are not asking yourself what to do. You are simply following a design you trust. Free, full. System create calm people. Weak. System create stressed people. People. When everything depends on effort, bienvenue is inevitable. But when effort is supported by design, progress becomes sustainable. You stop swinging between extreme. You move forward steadily, even on difficult days. Design also protect you from yourself. Cette design also protect you from yourself. Een guide wordt uitgevoerd is supported by. In moment of fatigue or emotion, you will default to whatever is easiest. That is not a flaw. That is human nature. The question is whether what is easiest aligns with who we want to be. If it does not, the system needs to change. Not your character. Not the system needs to change. Not your character. Does not the system needs to change, not your change weather. Design removes the need for constant self-control. Over time, designed discipline by the trust. Every time you follow through without any conflict, you unsource the PDF that you can rely on yourself. That trust becomes identity. Trust becomes identity. You stop seeing discipline as something you struggle with and start seeing it as part of who you are. And when discipline becomes identity, consistency follows naturally. Motivation must start the journée, but a design system, it. Motivation system, it. When your life is built to support your value, progress no longer feels like a fight. It feels like a lean. Sideful elinim. Every promise you make to yourself is a vote for or against your own credibility. When you follow through, even in small ways, you strengthen that relations. When you don't, you weaken it. Most people focus on gaining the trust of others while slowly losing trust of others while losing trust in themselves.